Welcome to issue 319 of Critical Encounters, a podcast about Marvel Champions, a living card game by Fantasy Flight Games. Here, we take a good look at that most critical piece of the game, the encounter sets. We'll discuss those poorly understood characters, unfairly labeled villains, and their various plans to shape humanity and benefit the planet, as well as those so-called heroes intent on thwarting them. I'm one of your hosts, Steve, and I am joined tonight by my compatriots in arms. One of them is Daniel. Hi, Daniel.
Hello, my good friend. What's up?
I'm feeling Thunderbolts terrific. Is that a word?
It is now.
It is now. All right. And laughing there is Scott. Hi, Scott.
Hi.
How's it going?
Excellent dad joke there. Thunderbolt terrific.
Yes.
I'm feeling it.
Good.
That's your joke was like a jolt to my system. You just woke me
up. Foreshadowing.
I think I see what Scott did there.
Yeah. Okay, but before we get into his sort of stuff, I need to ask, hey, the Daniello Brick Road, what's on your mind tonight?
Scott, these are getting worse.
They are getting worse.
They're getting more of a stretch.
It's getting harder. It's getting harder.
Where does this end? Well,
hey, folks, if you have a name I can use, please send it to us. So.
We'll tell you how at the end of the show. Yeah, please help Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, I was pretty touched by your story last week about this idea of putting our trust in public figures only to be ultimately betrayed and let down.
Yeah.
But you know me, I don't get political. It's not who I am. Don't do that kind of stuff ever.
No, never.
And so, but I am, it just makes me mindful of the times where we are so, and this might get Mustafan in a way. There's something about us as people that I feel like we almost seek out opportunities to be hoodwinked and to be blinded and sort of take comfort in what we know are probably lies and obfuscations and things like that. But like, it's easier.
A willing ignorance.
It's easier to accept that the reality of that when like the curtain opens and reveals what the reality is. And so if we've sort of blindly accepted it for so long, that betrayal, that kind of that wrecking of the trust that had been built up, it oddly doesn't seem to sting as much as I feel like it should, because we've basically conditioned ourselves into acceptance. And I think that story last week, like really, I mean, that just, really got me thinking, like, and it got me thinking about the flip side of that too, that there are those people out there that did start with blind acceptance and then over time come to see kind of the darkness or the reality behind the facade and fight against it. And I think like this, I mean, I guess when hasn't it happened that these Marvel stories that we talk about every just are so prescient and timely and resonate in the now? Like this was one written in 97. I'm trying to think like, what's going on in 97? And it probably had its fraught and perilous governmental stuff, and people were accepting this from one side and hating this on the other side. All the stuff that is still, it is the forever of humanity, right? Yeah. But like, this is a 30-year-old story that you're telling us, and it could have been written yesterday. And I just think how thematic and moving and important these comic book stories are. And sometimes I'm reminded of that. Like we'll have lore nights that just make me think these writers are geniuses. And because it's a comic, I feel this way kind of about maybe movies sometimes too. Like depending on the media and the medium, we maybe give it less importance or don't think it does the job that like higher art.
He doesn't get as much credit as it should. Yeah.
It doesn't get like what higher art maybe you might be capable, or novels or this or that, right? And so like, how like English teachers like to poo-poo the graphic novel, and like but yet it's the story that matters. It's the themes that matters, not necessarily the delivery device. And so I think what comics do for us as people, it's the mirror, and it's also like the prophecy and the warning. I just they're just so good. And like last week's story that you told just got me really thinking about the power of a comic and what they've been doing forever.
Yeah.
So thank you for last week.
I'm glad I got you thinking.
Yeah. Got me thinking.
It's about time somebody got you thinking.
It's
You
been
are
a while,
known.
believe me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
help.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If any one of us needs help, it's Daniel. Yeah.
Nah, I rarely
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
right.
Yeah.
So that's what's on my mind, but we're not here to listen to my mind or my ramblings. What's up? What are we doing?
Hey, what's up, Scott? What's up, Scott?
What's up, Doc? I'll tell you what's up. Jolt, electricity. There's lightning accompanying this thunder, and her name is Jolt, aka the wonderful Haley Takayama. So we're going to talk about one of the minions in the Thunderbolts encounter set. She doesn't have a mod set. She is in the encounter set, and she is there with Citizen V. So we're going to talk about her.
No matter what, we're getting jolted.
You're getting jolted. She's going to be in that deck, and she is a Thunderbolt. So when it comes to minions in play and being able to attack and defeat Citizen V, she counts.
Does that mean there's 5 in play if you're a 3-player game?
It's possible.
It's possible. Yeah. And she
doesn't count. She doesn't count in the setup.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So okay, but
correct. She's not elite.
She does not count as the setup.
She's not a modular set.
So there are 5 Thunderbolt minions in the encounter deck in a 3-player game. There's 6 in a 4. Okay.
Correct. But 4 of them will start in play as part of setup, whereas the other one is hiding.
She will not be part of in play, right? At the setup.
No.
Right. She's just shuffled in the encounter deck.
She got shuffled in the encounter deck. That's right. So let's talk a little bit about where she comes from. She first appears in Thunderbolts issue number 1, but not under that name. So the Thunderbolts comic run that you talked about last week, Steve, starts immediately after Onslaught, which was like Professor X merged with Magneto's powers. Its army of Sentinels were defeated after attacking New York City, but large swaths of New York City were like totally demolished, leaving the occupants vulnerable to looters and human traffickers. Now, 15-year-old Haley Takayama's parents were killed in the attack, and she became kind of the pseudo-guardian for a group of similarly orphaned children. And we see her, even in the first comic, like, there's battles going on, and she's in the shadows, like, should I try to get out? She's worried. Should I sneak out and get help, or do I need to stay in the shadows? Well, unfortunately, right as she's finally decided, I'm going to make a run for it, I'm gonna break out and go get help, she was abducted from the ruins and subsequently experimented on by the insane Nazi geneticist Arnim Zola. Now, Zola had been abducting a number of kids, and this is sort of the initial, what were they called? The Rat something or other?
The Rat Pack? Like Frank Sinatra?
Yeah. It's not Frank Sinatra. They do not have that kind of class. But they might have stolen the name, much like they stole so many other things. They are hired to loot the city of New York in its disarray and decay. And primarily, their job is to actually abduct kids. Everything else is like a bonus. So they can steal and take whatever they want, and they get to keep it. But they're getting paid to abduct children and to sneak them out to the castle of Dr. Doom, actually. Now, Arnim, who is holed up in Dr. Doom's castle, at this time, Dr. Doom is gone. There's a whole time period where, like, Doom has disappeared, and this is happening during that time frame. So Doom's castle was empty. Zola is squatting. I mean, he's a Nazi scientist. What's he going to do? In Doom's old castle, and he's doing all kinds of experimentation. Now, she hears the screams of all these children, and she's occasionally dragged off by monsters to be experimented on, and eventually her biology somehow meshes with this experimentation, and she survives and is augmented with superhuman powers. She has excessive levels of bioelectricity that give her superpowers. Now, after she gets those superpowers, she's quite a bit stronger. So she manages to break out and return to New York. Now, she's been in what she thought was Doom's castle, so who does she go to? She goes to the Fantastic Four. Well, unfortunately, the Fantastic Four are dead. They were all wiped out by Onslaught, except for Franklin and Alicia, which is like Ben Grimm's love interest. And the Fantastic Tower is completely ravaged. It's a shell. Everything's been scrapped from it. But recently, and little did she know, the mayor of New York City had offered the Thunderbolts, the new heroes of New York, the F4's headquarters to operate out of, since they're the new heroes of New York. And so she strolls up into their place, almost attacks them. They have no idea who she is or where she's from, but as soon as she explains what's going on, they offer to help, as any heroes would. And they set off for Dr. Doom's castle. Now, despite being told to wait on the ship, because she's a 15-year-old girl,
wait here.
She's already said,
sure, that always works.
Yeah, exactly. She's already been told, like, you can come with us, show us where it was, but like, we're going to keep you safe. But she's got that energy, 15-year-old teenager energy. She's already named herself Jolt, right? Like, they didn't come up with a name. She decided to take on a persona already. And she jumps off the ship and joins the team to fight Zola and his many monstrous creations. Now, they fight for a little bit. Eventually, Haley realizes that actually these monsters are the other children, the kids that she had been protecting, that had looked up to her, that she had been living with in the ruins. They were basically her family. Some of the Thunderbolts actually figured it out before her, but they didn't say anything. But she figures it out, and she's like, "Oh no, guys, it's me. You have to stop this." And appealing to her friends in this monstrous mutate that Zola has turned them into, they magically dematerialize rather than keep fighting. They like poof out of existence, resulting in a complete and total win by the Thunderbolts. Zola is trying to escape and throws all sorts of stuff, but the Thunderbolts overcome. They rid Doom's castle of Zola's evil. I don't know. Doom's castle is already kind of evil.
Yeah.
And all of this is caught on camera because, as Steve mentioned, Citizen V has a plan, and he needs good publicity. And the whole time he has said, like, we got to get rid of this girl. She's not sticking with us. We're going to do this, and then we're going to send her on her way. But in the aftermath, and the publicity of the aftermath, and they're like live streaming this whole battle as it's happening, and so people are here, and they're like, "Who's this young new hero?" And they defeat Zola to have like crews of media people waiting for them.
And they track their signal, right? Yeah, they show up.
Yeah, they track the signal. So they're all like literally outside the castle waiting for interviews, like after a sports event or something. So in a daring move, Citizen V decides to offer Haley a spot on the team. He doesn't talk to anybody else, and most notably, he does not talk to Moonstone, who's sort of his confidant. He just makes the decision. And Jolt joins the team. So that's how she becomes a Thunderbolt. She does not have a villainous history, right? She is not like the others. She doesn't know that these were other villains in the past. She just knows them as heroes. And as things devolve in the future, she's going to side with those that want to stay heroes rather than those that want to be villains, right? And she's still around, but she's found her way to the hero side. So eventually she's on the Thunderbolt team with Hawkeye. She gets sent to Counter Earth to help out there for a long time. And even though most of the Thunderbolts come back, she stays and helps rebuild Counter Earth along with the young allies. She has a couple of cameos where she comes back, but predominantly she's on the other side of the sun, right, on Counter Earth, and it's like alternate non-dimension or whatever it is. So let's talk a little bit about her powers. She is incredibly fast. She can move and react at speeds far surpassing normal humans. She even is able to like KO Quicksilver when he's at his fastest. So she has, because she can, her bioelectricity, right? She can send the movement signals at like instant speed, and that's what gives her that react time, right? So she also has augmented strength and durability, as most of our supervillains and heroes do, but not to the same degree that she has speed. She can also use her bioelectricity to electrocute opponents, either by firing it as a beam or using her body as like a living taser. There is a point where she's like shot in the head by Scourge, and her body's like dead, but her bioelectric energy is still around. She can still kind of control it. She's later resurrected by Techno, and she can kind of like turn into a being of pure bioelectric energy, which we'll see on the card. Is I think that's her image there, because she has to like relearn how to walk and use her body normally. She has to like go through therapy, but when she's in her bioelectric energetic form, she's stronger, she can fly, she can manipulate electricity, she can do all kinds of stuff. So she kind of like astral projects herself to go do all these things, but she still has a corporal body like hanging out somewhere else when she does that. So it's a little kind of a weird shift in her powers eventually. And that's Jolt.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, she's sort of like she definitely helps those Thunderbolts who want to continue to be heroic, right? Like she's a voice. She's a little good angel on the shoulder being like, no, stay, like, come on, guys, let's be a hero, right? So after feeling betrayed by them for a while. So, yeah.
Steve,
she's an interesting character.
Little tangent here. You're maybe old enough. Do you remember Jolt Cola?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I remember Jolt.
You remember Jolt? Okay. So,
Jolt
Scott, I'm
and
sorry, I think
Surge.
of you as a child. So I used to, in my teenage years, I battled insomnia, which has been kind of on and off in my life. But when I was in high school, I dealt with it by drinking 3 Jolts, and my body would basically hum for about a half hour. Like I was like literally
Overload?
vibrating over and then I just pass out for hours.
Yeah, I remember
From, like,
drinking.
my body exhausting itself from just literally vibrating to near death. So, yeah, a little.
I
about me
remember
there.
drinking lots of Jolt Cola during like D&D games,
Yeah,
so we could stay up until 5, never go to bed all night, that kind of stuff. So
Yep. So
different Jolt.
different Jolt.
Well, let's look at the
talk
cards.
about this. Yeah, what do we got?
Yeah. All right, fourth scenario in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Wave 9, 14 total cards. Tonight, we're going to look at the other 11 we haven't looked at, 7 by title.
Okay.
And I think we can let Scott read Jolt.
100%.
Go for it.
All right. Yeah, Jolt. She's a minion. She has 0 scheme and 1 attack, which might seem like, what the heck? She's got no scheme and just 1 attack. Well, wouldn't you guess she's actually villainous? So 0 scheme, 1 attack, but she is villainous. She has the Thunderbolt trait and 5 hit points, but she's a little bit harder to defeat than you'd think. When she's defeated, you place 3 threat on the main scheme, so pretty hefty when defeated. However, there is a hero action. You can exhaust your hero to place 1 parley county on Jolt. If there are 3 or more parley counters here, remove Jolt from the game. She is not defeated. She is removed from the game. She has 3 boost icons.
Yeah, you can talk her down, or you can parlay with her just enough to be like, hey,
we're the
I'm
real
on your
heroes.
side. Yeah, we're the real heroes. We know you're a good guy too. Like, join our team and don't get in our way. Yeah,
I love
Jack Sparrow.
the theme. I love the theme of this card. Like when you beat her, like that's bad for you.
It is.
Yes.
She's actually a good guy. And also the other Thunderbolts all have victory, right? Like
they do. She does
Jolt
not.
will keep coming back.
Yep.
So giving you yet another opportunity to talk with her and parlay. So I think this card is awesome. And it's a lot of fun in this scenario.
Yeah, I agree. And there's no limit on that. It doesn't say who can do the exhaust your hero. So I don't know if everyone at the table or only the engaged player can. It's not attached to you. I think it's still owned by the encounter deck, so I think anybody could do it.
exhaust your? Well, didn't they make some
I think
ruling
anybody
about
can
like
do it.
alter ego actions and that people can do them for you and stuff?
Well, it's cards that are encounter. Anybody can interact with encounter cards unless they are like attached to your one of your cards or your identity or are like an obligation.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I
So
think
the
so too.
three of us could say, "Hey guys, this turn, everyone exhaust. Let's remove Joel."
We can all talk. We can all talk to her. So
no matter where she is. Okay.
Right, but only one person would need to do it. You just exhaust your hero and place it. Well, I guess if three people
You
do it,
need
then
three
you can
people
clear
need
in
to
one
do it
turn.
if
Yeah,
you
we
want
need
to
three
clear it in one
counters,
turn.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we could make that decision.
Now, it is notable too. She only has 5 health, which means most of the time she's probably the Thunderbolt with the least remaining health. So she could get pulled back to Justice like lightning and leave all 4 main Thunderbolts out on the table.
Oh yeah.
Which is a little bit more daunting. So if you don't take her out right away or parlay with her to remove her really
She's
quickly,
keeping the strong ones out.
she's keeping the strong ones out because she's the one sitting in the back as backup. She's the Thunderbolt backup, which is also super thematic.
Yeah, because they're a little protective of her too.
Yeah, they really are.
When she first joins the team because she's a kid. Yeah.
And like they really like her.
And yeah,
Like it's not a pretend like. They actually really like her.
they really like her. All of them do. And then, when the fan and the feces meet, there's some difficulties there. But when she is tucked under the backup card, she's still in play, so you can still parlay with her, right? You can still, so that's cool.
Cool card. Such a cool card.
Yeah, it's super fun. I kind of hope we'd get more cards like that in like Civil War or other things where
Right? Yeah.
there's other ways to deal with a character than just punching them. So
yeah, I hope this parlay counter thing becomes a thing.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, if you can't talk your way out of it, you can stab your way out of it because Citizen V has a sword, and that's the next card I'm going to talk about.
Right.
Yeah, Citizen V's sword is an attachment. Weapon traded gives him, when revealed, attached to Citizen V, he activates against you. Hero response: after you attack and damage Citizen V, spend double strength resources, double fists, to discard this card. It gives him +1 scheme, +1 attack, and has 2 boost icons. So he gets his weapon and he immediately attacks you with it. Well, he activates. He could scheme with it too. So that's cool. It's not just a weapon for later. He gets it right away.
It's a schemy sword.
Yeah.
Which I don't quite understand, but
what
I also like is that that's a way of also getting him to attack you when he won't.
It is.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
he's entering the fray himself.
Yeah. So that's cool.
I think this is awesome. We don't usually get this. Usually attachments like this are just like attached to the villain and it'll do this. It could have the exact same text.
Wait around,
and that is literally all it would do. But this is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna boost the villain and I'm going to activate against you. And it doesn't go away on its own. Like you have to remove it. It's so cool.
You have to attack and damage Citizen V, which you might not be able to do because all the Thunderbolts are guards.
Exactly.
Yes. And
Except
you have to do it.
Jolt.
Yeah. Except for Jolt. Well,
no, she has guard too.
She's a guard because
she has the trait.
Yeah, because the main scheme just says
that's right. That's
Thunderbolt.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
She's
right.
that's not yeah. Okay. Cool. But Daniel, there's people. There's more people.
There are innocent bystanders all about in this scenario. There are 3 of these cards. They're obligations, and they have 4 bystander counters as their uses. Forced response: after you attack an enemy or an enemy attacks you, either spend a resource of any type or place 1 threat on the main scheme, 2 instead in expert mode, then remove a bystander counter from here. Comes with 2 boost icons. Cool.
Yeah, you have to.
It's kind of a money suck.
Yeah, if there's a fight going on and you don't spend some effort to protect the innocent bystanders, they get defeated or punched or something bad happens to that innocent bystander, which converts to threat on the main scheme.
I like it.
Which, yeah, it's fun. And as an obligation, it's just going to sit there for 4 attacks. So one way or the other. Yeah, it's neat.
It's such a pain.
Yeah,
in expert, like 2 threat in expert is so painful. Like this is 4 resources or 8 threat.
Yeah, it is more impactful in a solo game Since the main scheme tops out at 11 per player in a 4-player game, it's okay. Over the course of a round or two, we're going to put out 4 threat. It might not be that big a deal unless you don't have any justice players or something going on. So, but it's just fun. It's a good theme.
It's a neat idea. Well, Scott, there's got to be some kind of side scheme around here. There's got to be something coming up.
It is. And it's a storm. The coming storm. It's a side scheme. Thunderbolts. Let's bring these vigilantes to justice.
Who said
when
that?
When revealed. Songbird.
You mean Screaming Mimi?
Screaming Mimi, indeed.
Mimi.
I should have screamed it, really. Let's spare the audience their ears. When revealed, each minion engaged with the player clockwise from them. So they're all going to trade places. It has 2 boost icons and 2 threat per player, and it has a hazard icon. So if this stays out, you're going to get some more encounter cards.
Now, why does this matter? Do they all have quick strike? Please say yes.
No.
But some of them have certain effects when they engage you.
Okay.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, that's all that I need. Okay.
There are also some things like some of them have more scheme than others. Some of them have like a 0 scheme. So if you have one of the people is like, oh, well, let me grab that one because I want to flip down to alter ego and hang out there for a little bit. Right. Like this can throw off. You can kind of game who
throw
has
off
who.
Your math. Yeah.
Yeah,
correct.
And maybe you didn't have a minion engage with you, and now you do. So there's a guard sitting in front of you. Yep.
Yeah. So it plays with the player's ability to control where the Thunderbolts are and who they're attacking or scheming against and all that. So it just mixes things up. It takes things out of the player's control.
It totally needs that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's good with Batroc. Batroc is one when he engages you.
Yes.
You discard a card. So it works well with our leaping Frenchman. Yep.
Okay. Well, they're trying to do something else, aren't they, Steve?
They are.
They are.
Tell us about it. With the storm comes.
This is what happens after you eat octopus balls at Con of Heroes. You get the rumbling thunder, which is a side scheme. When revealed, each player engages each minion engaged with the player clockwise from them. It has an acceleration icon, 3 threat per player, and 1 boost icon. So it's the same ability as the other one. Same effect. Yeah. So
you
they move
keep
again.
rolling these guys around the table.
Yep.
Just again,
as an acceleration.
Yet another reason you should never play this scenario solo.
Yeah. I do have one complaint about this card.
Tell us.
There's a ton of blank space, and there's no flavor text.
Yeah, there really should be some kind of something.
Yeah.
Like, maybe, Steve, at Con of Heroes this year, you can put your octopus balls flavor text on this card and give everyone a copy.
Oh, I don't feel so well. Yeah.
Now, that's really what you get for eating an animal smarter than humans.
I didn't actually think it was real octopus. I thought it was like, you say it's frog legs, it's really chicken legs, that kind of thing. So
I see.
But yeah. Anyways, and let's move on from my gastrointestinal
and I'm not sure
things.
Octopi have balls. So
yeah, which was the other thing. Yeah.
I mean, there were warnings for you, Steve.
There was.
I blame Speed.
He made me do it. Or lack of subtlety. One of those two guys. Yeah, their fault. Can't remember.
Right. You can't listen to those minions.
Yeah, definitely.
So the Rumbling Thunder, Coming Storm, they're basically the same card. One's hazard, one's accelerating. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
For side schemes, though, Rumbling Thunder is like lame for boost icon.
Yeah, just one.
Now, speaking of cards that I think you need in a scenario like this, where, like you guys said, you can kind of math it out and you can decide who takes what, who gets what. The next 2 cards we're going to talk about are treacheries in the set. There's 2 copies of each. The first is Down But Not Out. When revealed, choose a random Thunderbolt minion from the victory display and reveal it. Place damage on that minion until it has 5 hit points remaining. Then remove this card from the game. If no minion entered play this way, this card gains Surge with 1 boost icon. Okay.
Yeah, great.
Great card. And I guess it needs to have like a twice per game this can happen limit, or else it could be really frustrating to play this.
Yeah, you could get some crazy loop.
I keep drawing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's great though. Like
Yeah, they come back wounded, right?
they're basically dead.
They have
Yeah,
5
they
hit
only have
points
5 hit
left,
points.
but
But
that also
still-
means they most likely have the least amount, and they bounce back to the backup slot, and then they heal up that round.
And it
Right?
means just when you thought you were able to hit Citizen V, you can't. And
Yeah, it's great.
all sorts of goodness.
And it has to be there. It almost has to be
100% has to be
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Just like the next card, I think has to drive the scenario and make it a little less predictable and, well, frankly, cool as hell.
All right, what card is that, Scott? What card is that?
Tap in. When revealed, it's a treachery. Engage the Thunderbolt minion with the least damage that is not engaged with you. That minion activates against you. If no minion activated this way, Citizen V activates against you. And I love the text. It's, don't worry, Batroc. I got this. From Moonstone. You see Batroc beat up in a pile of luggage next to an airplane, which is very much how they work. They kind of swap in and out for one another.
I think the art is he just took a regular flight on Southwest, and that's what happened to him.
Yep.
He was just like, yeah. It's like a day at the
Maybe-
airport. I'm done.
Maybe JetBlue. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
either one of them. Yeah,
Yeah. I actually thought he was lounging for a while there.
hanging
like,
out.
He's like, okay, go ahead. Thanks, Mimi.
He went for a flying spinning kick or whatever, and he overshot his target. And
And I don't
or
know
the target
what it
was the
is.
luggage.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what it is. I just love comic book art where like there's a character looking right at you. I just think it's fun. Like there
Yeah.
she is staring
she
into
is.
the camera. I got
Yeah.
this.
And this is her meteorite costume, not her moonstone costume. So, yeah,
Cool.
looks good.
What does her Moonstone costume look like? That's the
It's a little
is that
different.
somewhere on the art?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not seeing it.
And Down but Not Out, who are those people? Are those just randos?
I think that's our pale little. I think it's like white. Is it like Black Widow, White Widow, maybe on the left? I don't know who these guys are. It looks like
Okay.
Screaming Mimi, maybe on the right.
Yeah, that looks like
with the hair.
Songbird is the one on the
Yeah.
front on the right.
Yeah,
Oh, so
I don't
that's
know
a
if it-
different
I'm-
outfit. Okay. Oh no, Songbird.
don't know.
Okay, right.
Songbird.
Not-
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
not Meteorite. Yeah, and then I don't know who the guy in the middle is.
He looks okay. That I think are the heroes for hire. I think that's Calling Wing, and
Oh yeah.
I forget. I think his name's Bug or Beetle or something like that. He controls insects. Basically, he can talk to insects and stuff. And he was also in the heroes for hire.
So this is
Maybe they
that's
kind
a-
of look like them.
yeah, it's a comic panel art, and it could have been taken
Yeah.
from a series much later than what our story time is.
Okay. Because the Screaming Mimi art here is a little bit different from the Coming Storm picture of her. So
Yeah.
okay.
And we are going to talk about all of these characters coming up. But let's talk about this set first. Let's talk about the set. What do we think of it as a whole?
I think it's absolutely fantastic. I've only played it a couple times, and once with you, Steve. I think it's super
Yeah,
fun.
it's very fun. I have played where I just get swarmed. The Thunderbolts have their day, and I have played other times where round one we team up and just destroy a Thunderbolt right off the bat, and you're like, oh, we've already killed Black Widow, or we've already taken out Mach 4. Like he shows up and he's tough if you don't have aerial, and it's just like everybody pile on or whatever it is. So I have had both where it like, feels like I think solo it might like 2-player it's pretty good. 4-player I think the Thunderbolts can get their butts handed to them a little quicker.
Yeah, because you just pop them one at a time, right? Like just
Yeah, and just like everybody attacks Moonstone. Ready, go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have so much damage potential.
Yeah. But I enjoy it. I think it's a fun scenario. I do wish like I think it leaves room for like more Thunderbolt mods too, which could be a lot of fun in the future. Even custom Thunderbolt mods could be fun.
oh yeah,
So
yeah.
or pretend that a character is a Thunderbolt, right? If you have a fun modular set that has the right number of cards in it.
Well,
Put it in
Steve, you
there.
recently made the eel. Just put Thunderbolt on him.
Okay, done. Yep,
Done.
done.
So he's there.
He's the weakest of the Thunderbolts.
That's fine.
but,
I think that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Scott, what do you think?
I think it's fantastic. I do agree. At times, especially in like 4-player, it doesn't feel as hard as it feels like it should be. In solo, which is where I've played it the most, it can be fairly challenging, right? You got to get your way through this big beefy minion that's out there right at the beginning of the game. And a lot of the encounter cards in their sets they're solid, right? They're not weak. They get a lot of extra activations. I think it's really fun more than it is hard most of the time. I love just the dynamic of what you're primarily doing is fighting these different minions. So when you see it on multiplayer, when you have a table of 3 or 4 people and you've got a bunch of Thunderbolts out, I like what that does. I like the game it creates on the table. It's so much more interactive because you have to think about, well, do you need help with that minion? But also, if I attack them, they're going to come to me, right? And if this is Batroc, I'm going to have to discard a card. So I don't know if I want to help you, right? Like, there's some self-interest here. Or if I get all these minions in front of me, they're going to be attacking me for a lot of damage. Because they're beefy minions. These are not easy characters. They're basically little villains. They all have villainous. So you don't really want a bunch of them in front of you. They hit for a lot. They scheme for a lot. So there's a lot of, I don't know, like extra interaction and thought process that happen when you have all them on the table and you're playing with, a bunch of other people. I think that creates wonderful moments.
Yes.
On the table with your friends. Yep. So this is one of the best for creating those kinds of moments. And it's super modular, which is one of the other things I absolutely adore. That even straight out of the box, you have more Thunderbolt minions than you're usually going to use, right? Unless you're playing with a full 4 players, you're not using all of these mod sets.
Yeah, and then they gave us extras at the back of the packs, which was fun. Yeah, I think the fun factor is way up there. Theme-wise, I think it's great. Sometimes it can be a little easier than you think it would be. And then other times, maybe they get the edge on you. So,
right. And there's just enough unpredictability in the counter deck to like kind of remedy that in a 4-player game. Maybe not really. But what Scott says about like, well, if we're all ganging up on so-and-so is engaging you two or three different people and doing their effect right before you can get them. They might be down, but not out. They'll come back. Like, I think, how, the nerdiverse of this game kind of figured out how to make hella unfun. I suppose you can do that in this one too. But I just think it's a really basically what Scott said, just like you're communicating and you're talking to your friends at the table, like all the time. Like it's such a
the strategizing is fun.
There are some scenarios. There's some scenarios where you can kind of like 3 people playing solitaire around the table a little bit, but not this one, right? Like this requires constant communication and teamwork, and I just think it's so fun. I sort of wish there was another scheme, but I'm not quite sure what it would be. But I've always favored the multi-scheme scenarios to the single one. But I kind of get why this only has one.
Yeah, I mean it's got multi characters, so we can't multi-schemes.
It's the Thunderbolts that are the scheme.
Yeah, also the text on it would need to stay the same, right? Because the scheme is they didn't use the environment to put out the Thunderbolt minions have guard, and after a player attacks a Thunderbolt minion, that minion engages that player. That's on the main scheme. Yep. So if you had another one, you wouldn't want it to do something else. Right. So I think I think it does make sense here that we just have the one scheme.
I'll tell you what it does. You go to scheme 2 and all Thunderbolts have quick strike.
No, that would be nice. It's the exact same, except each Thunderbolt minion gains guard and quick strike.
It's like 2A brings a defeated one back out, and then 2B is the same,
healed.
But
fully healed.
I do like that.
2B gives you they have guard and quick strike. Yeah, because then the side schemes when they move,
guard, quick strike, and 9 copies of tough. That can only be dealt with one.
But they only get tough in expert mode.
No, you could do a little something like that. Like you've taken too long, or you let things get out of hand. Because often, that would make this encounter set build alongside the heroes who get stronger over time. This one doesn't, right? So it could be a way to keep pace. But I get it. But it's still it's fun. This is a super fun
it's
set.
good. It's good.
This box is phenomenal.
So far, like 4 for 4.
Like,
I feel like
when you think about what we've all said in these first 4, yeah, I mean, we have glowed about them all.
Yeah, and well, I guess let's save that for when we talk about the campaign box as a whole.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, what is next for us? Let me tell you. We are going to do some podcasts like lightning because starting next week on Tuesday will be our first Thunderbolt Tuesday show. And then stay tuned for the Thursday afterwards. We're going to have
Thursday?
Thursday Thunderbolt. And we're going to do a Tuesday and a Thursday show back to back to back to back until we have talked about every Thunderbolt modular set. We'll have to weather that storm. So stay tuned for a bunch of fun shows over the course of the next, 5 weeks or so. You're going to get your Thunderbolt fill. Yes.
A Thunderboltorama.
It's a Thunderbolt-ageddon. So.
This is the show we're making up words, folks.
That's right. Thundergeddon.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot of critical encounters, people.
Yeah, we have some fun guests signed up to talk about characters. So, yeah, we're bringing our own Thunderbolts in. Yeah.
Huge thanks to the community for rallying around to do that. I hear a rumor that there might even be some music at the end of it all.
What? Oh, you're right. We have not heard any songs this box yet. Oh boy. Oh boy. Cool.
I bet Scott's gonna sing us a little something. I'm very excited.
I can't wait.
Oh, I'm the one that normally does the singing. Is that how?
Well, maybe you didn't read the fine print of your villainous contract.
Daniel is our songbird. I am our screaming Mimi.
Yeah. Well, folks, why don't you? There's a way you can tell us how excited you are for the next 5 weeks? You said, Steve?
I think it's 5 weeks. Yeah.
And tell us how excited you are for the Thunderboltorama. You can email us at criticalencounterspod@gmail.com. We are Critical Encounters on Facebook. You can find our YouTube, Twitch, or Patreon by searching for Critical Encounters Podcast. And on Discord, we are Bardane, Lexicon, and Big Foam Loaf. Now, if you like our show, tell your friends. If you don't like our show, tell your enemies. Hey, Citizen V, take us out.
Must say, it feels good to cast off that annoyingly idealistic face and return to my true self. Now onward to the final measure, the measures that will make us not merely the masters of evil, but the masters of the entire world.